Big fires in France right now, big fires in Germany. When the winds get high and it's dry, out come the Extinction Rebellion leftists. And they don't like populists. They don't like people having houses. They don't like people having cars. And then obviously the globalists. So I believe arsonists did set these fires, and we have evidence we'll cover next hour of that, and people being arrested for it.
Obviously, the globalists. I mean, that doesn't even need to be said. It's obvious. Alex Jones there giving his thoughts about what's going on in Hawaii with the wildfires and the causes, and how somehow people are controlling exactly how this goes because they want it to look a certain way. I guess so. Donald Trump also had things to say about it as well, which maybe began normal, but then it went very Trumpish. Watch.
I would like to express my sympathy and warmest regards to the people of Hawaii, and specifically all of those who have been so gravely and irreparably hurt by the tragedy of the wildfires in Maui, something the likes of which have seldom been seen anywhere at any time. Our government was not prepared, and very importantly, the aftermath is going very poorly, with the governor of the island wanting to do nothing but blame it on global warming and other things that just happened to pop into his head. When asked about it today, as he was getting into a car, perhaps coming home from the beach, where he has been spending a great deal of time, crooked Joe Biden, the most incompetent president in the history of our country, with a laugh and a smile said he had no comment on the death and the tragedy. To say no comment is oftentimes fine, but to be smiling when you say it, especially against such a tragedy as this, is absolutely horrible and unacceptable.
We know politicians trying to find any way to capitalize off of anything, especially when it comes to tragedies within the country. But it usually is masked a little better than that. It's a horrible tragedy that's happening in Hawaii. And can you believe Joe Biden? He had a smile on his face. Okay, anybody who actually would jump onto that already hates Joe Biden anyway, for many other reasons that that Donald Trump has told folks. But this is supposed to be some kind of way for him to get himself inserted into it. Again, nakedly, obviously, him just trying to promote himself. A little more of what actually is going on in the state and how many actual people are affected by it. So as of Monday afternoon, though, officials confirmed that 99 people have died, which is up from the previous count of 96. The governor, Josh Green, told CNN on Monday that the death toll would likely increase very significantly, and it could double over the next 10 days. An unknown number of people are still unaccounted for as search teams with cadaver dogs look for remains in devastated neighborhoods. And while FEMA earlier Saturday said it was premature to assign even an approximate dollar amount to the damage done to Maui, the governor estimated that the losses approached $6 billion. A little bit more, firefighters have made progress against the 3 largest wildfires, but the deadly fire in hard-hit Lahaina, I hope I said that right, covering more than 2,000 acres, was only 85% contained by Sunday afternoon. Let's check out this picture that was tweeted out about the difference between one before and after. It looks like it's out of some kind of a apocalypse movie, and we've seen that in California and other places when we had wildfires happen. So a little bit more for what the government is doing, though. David, you spend any time in Hawaii, and the dryness of what is that's happening? It's very similar to the things that happen out in California, but the devastation that's happening there, of course, is affecting the folks who live there versus how much tourism is coming in and out.
So I was in Maui 15 years ago for vacation and went to Lahaina and went to some of the resorts that are 30 miles sort of to the south. It's hard to imagine that a place like that you associate with sort of tropical and rainforest in certain areas, and then volcano and dry in others, that would suddenly become this sort of inferno so quickly. But it sounds like a lot of people, the winds came in. The winds then shifted directions before people had a chance to realize what was going on. Nobody sort of knew how to escape. And before anybody got any sort of warning, they see smoke and flames literally down the block. And then they pull into the sort of main road, and everybody's trying to leave. And there's a traffic jam, and the flames are getting closer. Yeah. Some people then abandon their cars and run to the water. It sounds like an absolute nightmare, and certainly was a nightmare. And unfortunately, with flames this intense, and I don't want to be too sort of graphic about it, but unless you have DNA of the people who were killed, some of them may not be identifiable, and it'll be hard to sort of make a match. So unfortunately, I think there are going to be a lot of people who have gone missing who will never be recovered.
So of course, the next question, or at least the discussion that I'm sure many folks who are opponents of it as well, is talking about the conditions and how it's been facilitated by our lack of addressing climate change issues and man-made aspects of it, but just the conditions that are ripe for this type of thing, and then it could lead to something this huge. Really fast, the response being from the administration, also FEMA itself. The administrator Deanne Criswell said that the federal government has the quote right amount of personnel on the ground. She says, "We know and we have let them know that we're mourning with them. Nothing can prepare you for what I saw during my time here, and nothing can prepare them for the emotional toll of the impact that the severe event has taken on them." And also Biden apparently has no plans to visit the state, which in my opinion, it's always been that type of thing. I don't need presidents to show up in disaster areas and roll up their sleeves on their collared shirts and say, we're doing something. You can do something, you can send people who actually do something. Your ass being there has nothing to do with it. But this is what was tweeted out from Biden. FEMA's temporary sheltering assistance is now available for residents who were displaced from their homes by the wildfires, allowing survivors to shelter in hotels or motels temporarily as they develop a long-term housing plan. And we're laser focused on getting aid to survivors, including critical needs assistance, a one-time $700 payment per household offering relief during an unimaginably difficult time. We have staff on the ground dedicated to helping survivors navigate the registration process. We saw when when COVID hit and then some dollars went out, $700. I don't know, man. I don't know, and how much it can do for them. And I don't have the numbers behind what it could be and what it should be. But again, this island, this state that is run through all this tourism and everything, but folks who have lived there and maybe are native to the island, I'm not sure how much it's really helping them after how many of the resources get taken out and put towards just tourism in the first place. I haven't been to Hawaii. I always wanted to go. It seems like it's less and less likely to happen. Your last thoughts on this, David?
I hope that at some point, JR, that they do open up Maui again and say, okay, tourism is going to be a major driver, and we're going to offer incentive for JR to come out to Maui because it is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And that's, I think, in some ways, so many people have been there because it is such a beautiful place, and people are so friendly as well in places like Lahaina. It's heartbreaking on countless levels.
We'll see where it goes. Hopefully, containment continues to happen, and rebuilding is actually something we're committed to, and not after this week is over. We tend to forget what's happening right afterwards.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.